name's Aaron Peliquin. I'm 25 years old now. I started going to Straight Street when I was about 9 or 10 years old, before you were even allowed to come to Straight Street. If it wasn't for this organization, I wouldn't be where I am now. And this organization kept me off the street and out of trouble. And I really support what they do.
How has Straight Street made a difference in your life?
It's a life-changing experience. It changes your life forever. Just being here for 6 years straight, it have changed my life completely.
How?
I used to be that jerk bully that bullies everybody, but now I love everyone. I hope everyone does good in their lives. And I'm also helping out my own friends and becoming closer to the Lord. Teaching these kids doing something else other than being on the streets is way better.
So why do you come to Straight Street?
To learn about God and help people.
Help people?
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. What does Straight Street mean to you?
It's a godly place.
Okay. I got one more. So what would you be doing on the weekend if you weren't at Straight Street?
Sleeping, being at my friend's house.
Okay. All right, one more. I lied. So why should people keep funding Straight Street so that it can stay open?
Well, they can learn about God and have fun at the same time.
Okay. Dean, tell me why you come to Straight Street.
It's fun, and you learn about Jesus Christ, why he died on the cross for you.
And what does Straight Street mean to you?
A lot to me. Come every weekend.
Come to Straight Street.
I come here because it's fun, and sometimes when you go to church, they talk more to grown-ups. They talk to actual kids, so they break it down.
Okay, so what does Straight Street mean to you?
It means a lot. It means that it's not like Boys and Girls Clubs and other stuff like that. They don't do that. Straight Street actually gives time to God. Even though everybody's in the midst of playing, some people might not like it, but after you go to Straight Street more than once or twice, you actually get to know what Straight Street is.
Why do you come to Straight Street?
I come to Straight Street because it's a good place to hang out with my friends, and it's a good way to learn about Jesus, because some people might not be able to go to church, and they can come here on Fridays and Saturdays to enjoy learning about God.
Okay, and what does Straight Street mean to you?
Straight Street is like a church home for me. Like, sometimes I can come here and just relax, and it's an easier way to learn about Jesus.
So if you don't mind, if you would share with, basically like I told you, it's going to be for our board and people who, would help us help more people.
Yeah. So basically, when I was 18, I was sexually abused, and I ended up attempting suicide. And whenever I did, I ended up in a hospital that was I believe it was in Wichita Falls. And I met a man there, and I was struggling with cutting and obviously suicidal things. So I wasn't really living in the best of situation, and I was involved in prostitution and different things. And one day he invited me to Straight Street. And when I got there, I was a little hesitant. There was a lot of people there, and my first thought was, this place is crowded.
Oh.
And all I saw was food, and that's kind of like the open way to my heart. You can put food in front of me. So there was like food and games. Yes. And then there was basketball too, and I loved basketball. And so I kind of, adjusted there a little bit. I went a few times. So basically he invited me to go to Straight Street. It became like the safety zone for me to go. And I went, and I was one of the kids that got chosen to go to camp. And at the time, I was having some complications, and I didn't find out until like after I got back that I was miscarrying. And I remember I was in so much pain, and I was in a ball, and I just kept thinking, like, why does this have to happen every time something good happens? Are good things not meant to happen to me? And so it was like one thing after another. And that was my heart behind it. I just felt like I don't belong in this world. Like, nothing good should happen to me. And those are the lies that I believed. And so, you know, a lot of people who struggle with suicidal thoughts and actions, their mindset goes to, it'll hurt them, yes. Like, you understand it'll hurt them, which is the selfish part. But you also believe that it's more, they'll get over it, you know. And it's hard to hear that. It's hard to hear that they'll get over it, and it'll hurt for a while, but you know, they'll heal, and they're better off without me. And those are the lies that the enemy puts inside your head and wants you to believe. And that's what I believed for a really long time. It took a lot of people who held me whenever I was having a miscarriage at the camp. And I mean, people that were willing to just take risk and different things to help me realize that. And so all these different people that, like, God's connected in my life, you know, like one person after another, it's been kind of like a stepping stone.
I'm telling you, you know, with every time that you share and recognize how far you've come, the freer you'll become.
Thank you.
And the more He'll use you to help free others.
Yeah. Well, He's definitely using you guys.
I love it.
He's definitely using you guys.
Bless my socks off, girl. You made me remember why we do what we do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And do you have anything else you'd like to share with everybody?
You know, there are days where sometimes I still have issues, you know, believing, that I'm, that I'm a new creation. And that's one of the biggest things I had to do. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, I was actually at a friend's birthday party, and we went to a corn maze, which was so much fun. And she was a coworker who was a believer, and she's like the sweetest thing. I have a tattoo on my wrist that says faith, and it was actually tattooed on me by one of the guys when I started selling myself, one of the guys there kind of gave me the name Faith because I was back and forth. I was in church, and I didn't have a relationship with God. I was in church. I just was in church. I mean, I sat there and thank God, but I remember I had situations where I would, I'd be with a guy and I would start to feel condemned about what I was doing. And I would express that to the guy I was with, and he said, "Oh, well, that's okay. That's why Jesus died on the cross for us." And I knew something about that felt wrong, but I wanted my own desires anyway. But that was kind of the reason why he called me Faith, because, I was a good girl, And so that kind of became a name that I kind of expressed to myself with different guys that I was with. And it helped too, because it helped keep my name safe from people I didn't want to know what was happening. It's hard for me sometimes not to remember where I came from, but to just to have it there. It's just ugly. I just want it gone, And so I went and I got this one, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's Psalm 139:14, and it says, "I am fearfully and wonderfully made." And I got that one. Contrary of this one, I got the opportunity last night to kind of share this part of the testimony, because the guy asked about this tattoo, and I couldn't keep a straight face. And I got to share with him, and it was really incredible. It was like a 10-minute summary, but it was like his mind was kind of like blown, and it felt so good to be able to share like what God has done with somebody else, and that God can use me that way. And so, I struggled with that for a long time, but it took me, every year. I was raped 2 days before my 18th birthday. So my birthday is a hard time for me every year. And it's getting better. I still have anxiety and different things when it comes to it. But God is continuously, renewing my mind. And I had people there that is a good support system. And, and I can actually celebrate my birthday now and be okay with it, So I told him yesterday, I said, as hard as it is, it was just so good to be able to share that. And I think for anybody out there who has been abused by somebody in their family, or even been abused at all, they fall short of the glory of God too. And sometimes, it's hard for me to say that. People are like, how can you be not sympathetic? I guess you could say that. How could you have compassion on somebody who did something like that to you? But that's just it. You know, I still struggle with some anger. It's been a hard thing to swallow. I mean, it is hard. But at the end of the day, you know, like, we're all people. We all fall short. We all need grace. Your abuser needs grace. You know, that's just it. You need grace. And God's the only one that can give it to you. So, yeah.
You have a massive calling on your life, girl.
Thank you.
That was huge. Huge. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you. No, thank you for letting me. It's been really good to hear. Like, sometimes I need to hear myself. I need to preach to myself sometimes. So, but
You do a good job.
thank you.
And more of it.
Oh, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Share your story. Share the forgiveness that you've found and now you can give to the people that hurt you the most.
Yeah.
And that will change lives. That
Thank
that's
you.
that's real freedom.
Thank you.
God bless you.
You too.
Hi, my name is Glenn Jaden, 29. I used to come to Straight Street when I was 11 years old. So that's quite a long time. And Miss JJ here is my mentor's wife and went to camp, you know, first with Chris and then later on went to camp with Miss JJ, and then eventually when I became an adult, then I went to camp with the rest of the kids. This is my testimony. I mean, this program here works. It's an awesome feeling to be here again as an adult. So, Ms. JJ, do you have any questions that you...
Would you tell us what you do today for a living?
Well, I'm in the military. I've been in the military for 13 years. I'm a NCO, Sergeant E5. That's on the reserve side. Then on my civilian side, I am a certified mechanic and a certified roofer. So, which a roofer is someone that fixes your roof with shingles or flat tops or whatever you need on your roof to be done.
Awesome. And can you tell us how Chris was a mentor to you?
When Chris was a mentor, like when I asked Chris to be my mentor because I didn't have that male role model to be in my life because my dad was always working and my mom wasn't really there for me. So, you know, Chris stepped up and, you know, he was always there for me whenever I needed a question to be answered. So he's always there.
I love it. All right. Anything you would pass on to this new generation we got out there?
Whenever life is hard, just pick yourself up again and, you know, dust your problems off. God will always be there for you, no matter what. He's not going to give you a problem that you can't handle, because he knows that you can handle any single problem that he gives to you.
God bless you, Glenn. Thank you.
No problem.